Okay, so here's Hank and Finn. Hank is almost 6 months old, so a little bit older than Finn. But here I have Finn on one side of the gate and me and Hank on the other. And then in a minute I'm going to switch. So for Hank, to get treats, his requirement is that he's in a down. I don't have the same requirements for Finn because he is clearly a lot more distraught. So in the beginning, all I'm asking is 4 feet on the ground. Anytime I see 4 feet on the ground, I go ahead and treat him. And then I kind of speed the treats up when he has 4 feet on the ground and is also quiet. And then I kind of go from there. And then I'm waiting for sits. And then I'm waiting for, there we go, there's a down. So I make sure to not only treat him immediately, but I speed up the treats to kind of keep him in that down position. So as distressed as he was, I'm really pleased that he can lay down. Now, is his laying down super relaxed? Is it super calm? No. Is it telling me, okay, I'm all better now, this is totally fine on the other side of the gate? No, not at all. But we want to reinforce him for that choice that he made. And then eventually, when he lays down, it'll help bring his emotional state down as well. So, I do another rep right here. I kind of just shifted the camera because I'm also sending this to Hank's mom. So here we go, another round, and he lays down a lot quicker. He did get up when I got up. He did vocalize when I got up, but he is able to lay down a lot quicker. Okay, so here my daughter comes over, and you can see all of the puppies kind of get up. Hank gets up, is excited now. Finn's up and excited again, so we're just going to wait again for that down behavior. He sits very quickly, so he gets off the treats for that one, and then he does go into a down too. So he did really well. It looks really insane, it kind of sounds insane, but I was really pleased how quick he could settle. Okay, so here I'm on this side with Finn this time, and Hank's on that side. And this actually finds to be a little bit more challenging because Hank jumps on the gate with Finn and kind of gets them both even more riled up than they were initially. I asked Hank for a down off the gate because he knows that behavior. So instead of asking Finn, who doesn't, I asked Hank, and I started tossing treats further away from the gate when I treated Hank. So that kind of brought him further away, gave him some distance, and helped them kind of calm down just a little bit. But, I mean, these are both young dogs that are very excitable, so I kind of expected this. I was really pleased with I did get some downs, and Finn is engaged with me. I mean, he's excited and wants to play, and I'm not playing right at this moment, so that kind of turns into play with Hank, but he is engaged with me. You'll notice that when he does lay down, he lays down and looks at me and looks for kind of the next cue on how to get these treats that I have, so he does fairly well. He is a little bit more excitable with me in the gate, so I'm wanting him to kind of lay down and do a little bit more rest. So I go ahead and give him a chew right here, and he lays on the bed and works on that for a little bit, which is great. So he's able to calm down with a chew. And for our puppies, chewing is another one of those behaviors that is kind of soothing, and helps them kind of come down. So he did really well overall. Okay, so here we are in the front yard, doing more or less the same thing, right? Just waiting for him to settle. So all I'm doing is sitting and waiting for him to give me any indication that he's settled down, and when he does, I'll mark and treat him for it. I do kind of ask for a few behaviors in a little bit here to see what he can do, and at that point, if I asked him and he wasn't able to take the treats or wasn't able to give me any behaviors, I would have brought him inside because that would have told me that he was too uncomfortable really to kind of work through it at this point, and I would have made it a little easier and maybe start it in the backyard or a place that was a little less stressful for him. But he's able to take treats just fine. I got him in a down. I treated him a bunch of times for that to kind of give him the idea of this is what we're looking for. He did get up and whine a little bit more, but then he cozied in right here, which was great. And honestly just the most precious thing ever. So he does it a few more times. He never gets to the point where he's fully relaxed, but I'll be doing this a few more times with him just to kind of get him in a settled position, and hopefully his mindset will come down as well with that. Okay, so here we are doing some passive socialization. I'm waiting for him to settle as well in this video, but the difference here is that there's a little bit more going on, but he is in a crate, and I was hoping that would kind of help him settle a little bit. He didn't, it didn't seem to help too much, but it also didn't seem to make it worse. We're just kind of the same place, right? He's able to take treats, he's able to lay down, but he's still kind of vocalizing, whining, a little frustrated with the situation. So we're just going to work through it as long as he's taking treats and as long as he's not trying to hurt himself to get out of the crate and his mind is in a place that he can learn. Then I think this is some good work for him. And I will mention there's about 3 kids on the playground and 2 other adults. So there is a lot going on, and people are working on the pool there, so people are going in and out. So this is quite a lot. And again, if at any point he stopped taking treats or really started to kind of get frothy and get a little, show me more signs of just very uncomfortableness, I would have made sure that we called it quits and I wouldn't have pushed it too far. And we also did, even though he wasn't doing any of those things and he was able to take the treats, I did keep this fairly short just to not overwhelm him.